Time now to discuss some chartbuster ideas with our technical experts. Let's go across to Kunal. Kunal, which is the auto company that you have on your radar today?
Thank you, Anisha, for that. So it's Hero MotoCorp. So a bit of a change from Bajaj Auto, which was my earlier recommendation consistently. But I think the charts for Hero MotoCorp are springing up to be very attractive over here. This is the time frame for the stock over the last 8 to 9 months. The stock was going absolutely nowhere from 250 odd levels. It went up to 2900 mark. Then it corrected back towards 2050 levels. But the reason why this chart is very interesting is because of the way the recent correction is shaped up for Hero MotoCorp and the recovery for the stock price. This is a classical pattern of an inverted head and shoulder pattern for the stock price of Hero MotoCorp. This is almost a 250 point pattern for the stock. So from 2250, which was the base of this pattern, this was the point where the stock hit that base point towards the upper end of this neckline, which is almost at the 2500 mark. The stock is now on the verge of breaking past about the 2500 levels. So a confirmation of the breakout could lead to at least a 250 point uptick for Hero MotoCorp, which means from the 2500 levels, we could be looking at 2750 as a potential target range for the stock, which would make the stock come back towards this major resistance zone for itself. So the chart patterns, the risk reward, the trending nature of the stock is very attractive. Today, the stock is also on the verge of breaking past about the 50-day moving average. So a lot of positives for the stock price of Hero MotoCorp, which I believe could be a next trigger on the upside. 2750 as a medium-term target for the stock over the very near term.
Okay, that's Hero Moto, 1750, looking out for some of those levels. But let's move on then and find out what Nooresh believes is his chartbuster idea. Nooresh?
So looking at IDFC Limited, if we look at right from the June 2022 bottoms, the stock has continued in a higher top, higher bottom formation. Adjusting for the recent dividend of 11 rupees, the chart now looks like a fresh breakout into a new 52-week high. Classical flag or a triangle breakout here. This is the fourth attempt around that area of 82. The last range for the stock was say around somewhere around closer 8 to 10 points. So a quick target price of 90, a little medium-term target price of 100 plus. So keeping a stop loss at 79 and a buy at current levels.
That's a chartbuster idea coming in from Nooresh. IDFC Limited looks strong. But Kunal, what are the stock-specific recommendations you have for us?
Focusing on large cap names, two buy calls. The first one is about SBI, expecting an up move about that 550 mark, which I believe is a strong breakout point. Targets of 580, stop loss remains at 525. And the second would be a contra buy on Ultratech Cement, the stock which I think in the last 3-4 days has gone through a consistent selling. So would expect the stock to get into an upward move. Targets of 7,500, stop loss at 7,300.
All right, watch out for those top picks, SBI as well as Ultratech Cement. Let's find out, Nooresh, what's on your radar, because SBI clearly seems to be a hot favorite today.
Yeah, so I continue to like SBI as well. Stop loss at 540 and a target price of 575. Second is a buy on Apollo Tyres, which is 1% away from an all-time high. So momentum trade here, stop loss at 330 and a target price of 355.
There you have it, all your top chartbuster ideas from our guests. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for joining in.